but they are not budging. They're trying to wait for the aggression, and there it is. Cloudburst into sight. Pudgy pressures to find one, but he gets taken down in return. Vera also finds one more. It's a back and forth. Once again, it is Juicy. Last man standing, but unable to look at two places at once. And Elevate takes the second round.
Love that back and forth between the players in terms of the gunfire. But yeah, it's still around on the board for Elevate, and that is the advantage of only buying those two pistols, right? Or at least saving in the second round. Now you can come in with two Vandals on the side of Elevate. Dakia and Riza are going to be the two that pick up those weapons. And yeah, so now the bonus round is going to be a lot more potent, right? It's got a lot more firepower. You put those rifles at the front of the spear. And yeah, let's see if DSG can answer back against the bonus of Elevate.
Yeah, and for Elevate, they're actually looking for a different tactic. Vera does catch wind of this and moves all the way back. Very nice jet crochet, by the way, on this camera. Very true to his character right here. And he is alive, he's ready. Oh, but there's the Viper smokes here. It's been put down. The wall hasn't been popped just yet. But this gives a bit of an indicator that Elevate might commit onto the B side.
Yeah, they've gotten that opening pick onto PUBG. And now they're just playing it a little bit slow. They want to see what utility is going to be expended. DSG, Styron's going to spot out at least two players. That's quite a bit of information. I think Rico is just on the other side of the map, hoping to see if there's anyone being aggressive. And then he might call for his team to go back as DSG. You see the rotates are coming in right now. Juicy has leaned over towards B. There really is only Grumble, and he's not even playing in the site, right? So he's just playing and playing for containment, right? Just making sure nobody creeps up towards A. And Elevate might be able to find themselves a free site, get the spike down, and find themselves in a pretty decent post plant if all things go well.
Interesting enough, they do make the rotate and reconvene here with Redco. This might be the right answer because nobody is here except for Grumble. If Grumble catches one off, it could be detrimental, but he is the one caught off his pants on the ground. Nakia manages to find two, gets the overheat as well, and Spike goes down. They actually miss out the window, but they are going straight at it. Wayne is going down, and Vera finds one more. It's a 2v3 situation. Vera and Siren are already on site. But Elevate, they're holding down the fort. Visa manages to find one. Vera, one last man. And they have the guns as well. Oh no, this doesn't look too good, but Vera manages to make one out of it. Two more within the post plan. But Redco and Flaming, they're just gonna play for the post plan lineup. They don't even need to fight Vera.
Yeah, Vera has to get an ace here, and he's on barely any HP. They're playing the lineups, playing the long card, not even giving him the opportunity. And Elevate, they steal away this bonus of theirs. They get themselves a pretty clean A site. And then in the post plant, they were able to find the trades out, despite DSG, being the team that actually found that opening kill. The post plant, Elevate just looked really solid. And 3 rounds now, DSG going to be forced down to a low buy. Not the best situation you're going to find yourself in. Despite the work that Vera had done, it's just not enough. No one else on this team managing to get any other kill.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky situation as well, just because at least for DSG, they had the turret up mid. They know no one is there. It's either A or B commit, and they decided to just spend most of the resources and manpower onto B side, which is the complete wrong read. Good thing at least for Vera, he's one away from Bladestorm. He does have the gun though, and he's still running with it. Doesn't manage to find anybody in B side. Instead, Elevate have dispensed their man up in A side.
You saw Styron going for the orb time and time again. I kind of wished if Vera gave his Vandal to one of his other teammates and then he grabbed the orb, so he would have the blade stuff for this round. But yeah, just leaving him towards that B site and heavy stacking towards A. DSG's got the read correct, but can they find the kills though? Nice flash into the side. Beautiful entry from PUBG as the rest of the team of DSG flood from the back of the side. PUBG just holds down his angle. Beautifully done. Expects the heaven peak. Goes in for second dippings as well. Wayne with only just the sheriff, and Vera called in for assistance now. They want to just take the fight to DSG. Vera, beautifully done so far to find that kill onto Nakia, but he's up against PUBG. 4 kills already, looking for the ace. Gotta get denied though. Vera, nice shot coming in from him. And yet again, he finds himself in a post-plan situation as the rotator. But there's so many players far and wide on the map. He peeks into 2 players. It's gonna be a hard one if he even gets the opportunity to. He wants to find some isolated duel, but Elevate again, they're playing it to perfection. A double swing him at the right time, and that is 4 on the board. Beautifully done by Elevate. They pull the rotations yet again, and honestly, despite them having the stack there, Elevates executes the flashes and the execute from Pat J himself, just the pure mechanics was really solid.
Yeah, and I think this is something that we have to give props to Elevate as well. Probably they realize how these guys are usually playing around Icebox and how they play as a team. Managed to just synergize a little bit more, and it's really unfortunate because we're seeing Vera time and time after again. He goes up for the aggressive push out here, try to get information, but he's usually the last man standing and can't exactly fight out a 3-man battle. And I think we might be seeing a similar situation. He gets distracted a little bit with the abilities, but everyone else is up in a sight. We have the drone here, does manage to spot them out, gives a little bit of information for the upcoming DSG. They're going to pull a little bit back here, try to recuperate and get a better angle, see if they can get any picks.
I mean, Juicy has his ultimate, right? Yes, the kill shot contract together with Styron's Hunter's Fury. Styron's been farming that ult time and time again. No contest from the Elevate side. They're gonna give up the side. They might use the ultimates for this post plant. When they tap the spike, doesn't matter. Nakia gets brought into the kill contract, broke the shield of Juicy, and an instant headshot. Nakia sits him down. Antisuri comes out just to delay the spike plant. Grumble coming in from the back lines, able to find one onto Riza, but the spike not yet down. Nakia in the Empress. Find an opening pick though. DSG hoping to enter into the site. The dart comes through. Oh, and the dismiss from Nakia. Wayne's in a world of trouble. Doesn't get a single thing. Styron required. 3 kills already. Almost gets it, but in mid-air, transition, flaring, shuts him out. Takes him out of the skies, out of the round, and puts a 5th on the board for Elevate.
Oh, 0 and 5, and now for DSG, then once again, they're looking to scrap at the bottom of the barrel here. Bladestorm's available for Vera, but what is Elevate on? The tactics have been so clean, the way that they're playing, they understand how they want to hold, how they want to take over the site. You can even see the way that they play with the verticality. One is on top, one is at the bottom. They play this tag team situation that has been working so well to overrun DSG.
Yeah, Elevate's reads and executes have been second to none. So far, it's been perfect. This time, another A fight, but Vera's got the knives in tow. Nice opening coming in for him. That's Nakia down for the count. He's got assisted by Grumble as well. The low ground, but Vera very eager. Somehow flicks onto the head of Pajay as well. But Riza, the one to actually pick up those trade frags. Important kills right here. 2v3 low buy from TSG, but the man advantage. He got Wayne at the back of the side as well, but a beautiful clear. Riza does not miss any angle. Does not leave any rocks unturned. Nice Killjoy lockdown just to secure the round, secure the site. Spike should be able to go down. A retake setup coming in from DSG. Juicy and Styron up on a bat.
Oh, but this is so doable. Flaring with this plan is going to get one more outpawn. Straight away, Viper's pit gets popped out. Oh man, you would think that's DSG moment, but this is so unfortunate for them. Visa gets the run out. We do get the refrag coming in. Styron though down to half HP, and Flaring, he's created his own world. He has to push in if he really wants to make position for himself. Oh no, ring around the rosy situation. 1 HP, no armor. And Flaring, he's having a great time. He just walked out of it. He doesn't even need to play in his Viper's pit. Instead, it's the mind games. Styron, he realizes this. Try to go for the dart, but the time is ticking. The time is going down. And there we have Flaring. He's gonna find one more, bringing it to 6 and 0.
This scoreline is mind-boggling. Elevate just look perfect right now. DSG, you know, they try to go for those aggressive plays. They have their setups. They put their stack towards the correct site. But the trades coming for Elevate, every single player having impact rounds so far. We saw Riza with 4 kills. Flying right here, a nice clutch. Pat J opening up rounds. Nakia with crucial trade frags and the dismisses. Rico, of course, with that calling of his. And DSG need to kind of switch things up. Things are not working. They bring in the operator. Perhaps that is an answer to this annoying Elevate attacking side.
Yeah, and for Elevate at least, they do slowly make their crawl up from A, so that's a big opening. That operator does find its dividends. That's going to be one, and that's Nakia. So less of a blinds, less of those layers and those abilities. And that actually deters Elevate to move up into B. But they're not budging though. That's actually
the Owl Drone
members. Oh,
yeah,
Owl Drone?
The Owl Drone coming in from Styron has just cleared out the entirety of close A. And so that causes the rotation coming from DSG. And they should be able to reach the B side before Elevate commit on this execute. So DSG putting the players in the right spot yet again. But how do they stop this? Do they want to go for the plant denial?
This is very much possible. Rico does pull out the null command, walks up all the way and goes for the plant. No one's able to use any abilities to stop the plant at all. And so is the smoke screen coming in for Viper here, totally blocking it out. DSG, they have to try to go for an overrun. Good news is Nakia's already down. They only have to deal with 4 more men.
Grumble as the Viper Spit. Here comes a beautiful flash to stifle them, but they're still pushing on towards yellow. Juicy's got his double tap into the one-way. Beautifully done to isolate these 1v1s. Juicy on a rampage. Farah picks up one more, and it's just Riza on the lurk from mid, and he's not going to be able to find any impact whatsoever. Plant not in his position, has to run up, and DSG, a flawless round. Beautifully done to get that first on the board.
Yeah, this is absolutely what they need. Take a little bit of a breather here. Maybe the rotates actually give them a little bit of time to think about how they want to re-strategize and run through with the retake. And that's what they did. Operator does pay his dividends. They go for a vertical kind of situation, pushing down yellow, clearing out as they go because they know they need those positions, that map control, to go for the spike retake. So very well done. DSG finally on the map, and they have the money going as well. Grumble, Viper Spit, Siren with the Hunter's Fury, which I know they will make great use of those ultimates.
Yeah, Grumble not even needing to use that Viper's Pit the previous round, so now he's going to use that towards the Zay side. Knife going to be spotting out Vera's position, and they should expect him with that op right there. Saw it the previous round, they gave 2 kills towards him. It's going to be the third option. They're going to test mid this time, Elevate. Let's see what they have in store. The Viper orb going to be coming up. Just to creep up towards mid, Elevate. They just want to walk straight towards this B side. The wall comes up. Oh, they're fighting towards Boiler. But instead, Wayne's got to hold down the fort. Nice kill right there. Juicy answers back. Flaring does as well. Styron still picking up the pieces. And it's a 2 versus 3. They know that Viper split towards A. Styron was spotted towards this position. Flaring trying to find an isolated fight. But guess who's watching? It's Vera on this angle. Towards that mid position. Should be able to catch the spike. No, the wall. Good enough. Flaring has slipped the gap. He's found his way into the A side, and I don't think DSG are aware that he has been able to get so deep. Alarmbot comes in just to find out where Grumble has gotten off to. Here's the footsteps running away. Flaring finds a beautiful timing. Nicely done. Tap on the spike just to bait for information. Just to bait for a peek. Not going to be the case. Riza watching the screen's position. Dark comes through. Vera spotting him out. Shorty in hand. Into their faces. He's vulnerable up as well. Shocked out by his teammate, but it's not going to be doing enough. Flaring 3 kills right there, but Styron with the last 2. And DSG managed to navigate that awkward situation down to a 2 versus 2, I guess 2v1. Styron with the last 2 right there. Beautiful clutch coming in from the IGL.
Yeah, a bit of a heart attack moment, but of course with Flaring and Riza, you don't want to underestimate them, although there are only 2 men left and you have the number advantage. They did respect, they tried to go for the flush in, they get the refrag out of it. Siren, you're just being a very trusted member. Now we move on 2 to 6, so great stuff now. DSG putting the name on the map here, and we do have one more ultimate, the kill contract, which could be really, really big. But of course, remember that Juicy did pick up Nakia and lost out to it. Let's hope that doesn't happen once again.
Destabilizing.
Yeah, hopefully Juicy can find someone a little less sharp, perhaps, on his trigger. Nakia is definitely, you know, one of the better fraggers, I would say. Like, you don't really want to go up against the Reyna. Even if you do take down the Reyna, it's not that much loss in terms of utility, right? So hopefully you can perhaps maybe find Flaring, Ritko on the backlines. That would be ideal, but here comes the execute, the flash in. Toxic screens will delay them for just a little bit. There's 2 players actually within the A site. Styron trying to spot out information, but Juicy is here. He's got the double tap in tow. Doesn't need his ult, because he's gonna be able to find all those kills just like that. The shield comes up huge for the side of DSG. 3 players already taken down by Elevate. The lockdown gonna be flushing them out, and Nakia's gonna be tagged up as well. It's detained, and it's, yeah, 5 players still standing, barely 0 damage done to DSG. And they have the spike, so they just gotta sit on it. Elevate will eventually need to walk towards the spike.
Oh, Juicy, Juicy, Juicy. He's been doing some crisp shots earlier, taking down so many resources to Elevate. Flaring does manage to find one though, but Juicy and Siren make quick work of them. No 2-man miracle happening today. But what a round we're seeing from DSG. Finally, they're getting wrapped up here. And it looks like the very normal DSG that we're used to seeing, very composed, hitting their shots, locking down the site, and at least for Elevate, unable to make a breakthrough. I mean, seeing a timeout straight away from Elevate, knowing even though they lost 3 out, they're still ahead. They want to take precaution here, want to plan for the future.
Yeah, and ever since Vera has taken out that AWP, right, it's been very challenging for Elevate to get good space. Because every single corner that you clear right now, you are kind of afraid that Vera could be there. So you really need to play a little bit slower, use all the utility you have. You know, you have the Jet and the Reyna. Those two agents don't have the best utility to find out where an AWP is or to, you know, push an AWP away. You kind of really only have perhaps, you know, Riza's Nanoswarms. You have the 0 point from Redco to find out information. A couple of flashes of Redco as well. Flaring's walls might not be the best. It's usually in the standard positions towards B as the default wall. So Vera, you know, finding gaps in their armor, finding opportunities, making Elevate very respectful of that operator. And that allows Juicy to find those kills, starting to pick up those clutches. It sets their team up. And yeah, that tech pause being called by Elevate just to assess the situation. How do they want to deal with this AWP?
Yeah, a bit of a sticky situation here for Elevate. They were very used to flushing outsides, going with the 5-man or the 4-man formation here, just running over from main into side. But now they have to really think about something else, considering of the operator, considering of the way that we're having DSG just revved out a little bit and locking down side. They're not afraid of a fight. They know that. But now that DSG actually managed to perform it, it's even scarier just knowing how detrimental it could possibly be. Oh, that Aljo manages to get great information, relays it, but they're not going to budge just yet, knowing the way the Elevate is used to just rotating midway through.
I mean, Vera's got the B line, right? He's watching down B main. He knows that nobody's there, so there's no real reason for DSG to over-rotate at this point in time. They haven't even got B main away from DSG, but on the bright side, Elevate might have a chance to enter this side with only 2 players anchoring at the point. Time!
What?
Oh my gosh, the utility combo! The vulnerability from the ISO together with the shock dart. That's 140 damage instantly done onto Nakia. And he's out of the round. Pat J with the knives in hand. He needs to come up huge right here. The vulnerability again. The kill contract. Styron with 2. The synergies of the abilities just absolutely decimate Elevate.
30 seconds.
They don't even need to see them. But the read from Styron, he sees all. He knows exactly where they're gonna be. The contingents, I mean the vulnerability together with the shock darts, it's just a fantastic combo. It's so fast, you can't really expect it. And now, Viper Split invested by Flaring. Riza on his back line just to assist. They spot out where Riza is, take him out, and now they're gonna converge onto Flaring. What can he do? Dancing around his pit. He's on such low HP. They're jumping around with shorties in hand as well. DSG, what a beautiful round coming from them. It's not just the aim of these players on DSG. They're star players in their utility as well.
Oh man, who needs bullets? Who needs guns? You can just use abilities here, just combo it. But of course, that's easier said than done, right? Synergy, it's needed here, and we're seeing that coming out from Juicy and Styron. A 3-kill coming in from just a shock dart.
3 kills thanks to the undercut. Thanks to the undercut and the shock dart. Can't believe the second got 2. I mean, I thought it was only going to be on perhaps Pat J, because Pat J was taken down low from a couple of shots, but it's just good enough. I think it was half armor as well. That's why, I know, 75 damage, right? 75. So it's 150 max damage. And, you know, if you're right in the dead center of that shock dart, you're gonna feel the brunt of it.
Oh man, you know, Styron had full liberty if he wanted to just pop the Hunter's Fury, go for full ability kill if he really wanted to try. But of course, not gonna take the risk in VCT. But the risk that's being taken right now is Elevate. Few of the members here are actually rocking out the 25 half shields, not fully covered here, and this could be detrimental to the Hunter's Fury. Wayne does manage to find Pat J though. One more Hunter's Fury doesn't quite meet any mark of Elevate. Instead though, it does stall them, buys them some good time. The plant is coming through, but DSG, they're not exactly running for it just yet. Gotta wait for the recuperate.
They get a good post-plant position as well. The spike to the exposed spot. Shield being picked up, and Nakia on the top rope. Nice kill right there, pops the Empress, but he can't get the second though. Grumble, nice trade right there. Vera coming in with the dart, coming in with the smokes. Up on the high ground, but Redco flicks on it. Redco, huge kills coming in from him. Grumble now in a 1v2 up against his former teammate. onto the side. He has to go up and above, and yeah, this is an awkward position. His smoke won't last for too much longer. Red Crow with 3 kills right there. I don't know how he managed to spin on a dime, catches the player on the pipes position, and then flicks down to the player trying to trade him. But he managed to find those 2 kills, gets the last one as well. And the IGL stepping up this time for the side, elevates 7 rounds to 4.
Yeah, and they really needed that round. Not sure if he's just better in the read, if he's expecting or predicting the way that DSG is going to be playing, but that does award him with the null command. Riza also walks away with the lockdown. One unfortunate thing is that for Riza and Nakia, they do not get to buy they don't get to buy full armor here, but a win's a win. They're going to take it, and Vera getting suppressed. That means he only has the operator to work with, no dash, and that's going to give the opening for Nakia here. Big takedown.
Not expecting that angle. He was a little bit too wide. They pay with his life. I mean, DSG want to be even more aggressive. But the Aldrin comes in. Grumble, the one to take the initial contact. Drops the snake bite just to ensure his escape. But that is key utility already taken out for DSG. The Killjoy lockdown are going to be invested just to flush out these players of DSG. And they even have the null command for this post plant from Ritko as well. So really, really solid outs for this final round.
Yeah, abilities are still available for a few of them. I think Juicy is the one with most of the abilities actually. Well, when this comes through, I'm not sure if it actually finds much, but it does give an opportunity for a back and forth fight. Wayne is the last one standing right at the back and side, gets a refrag, and Flaring is the one to take him down. Nice stuff. Even if Rekko is down, information is still given.
Switching sides.
Yeah, huge round coming in from Flang right at the end to get that trade frag. Down to a 1v1 is still really impressive from DSG to claw things back. But yeah, 8 rounds to 4. Elevate, leading the half in really, really strong, convincing fashion. They got 6 rounds in a row, gave up 4, but after that tactical timeout, right? After they realized where the op was going to be, after they decided how they wanted to handle it, they got the utilities in place, they waited out the dash of Vera, made him to respect the multiple angles that they could be coming from. And in that last round, we just saw, right? Playing it slow, slowly peeking different angles, catching Vera off guard in that position again. So nice adaptation coming in from Elevate.
Yeah, it's also it's just also the combination of just being really smart with your utilities. We saw that being played out by DSG. Elevate did take a page off of their books here, applied it to themselves, especially when they are going in with something that nullifies abilities, you know, something that Ritko has, stops out Vera from the dash here, gets a good pick, and that gave them the round the last time. And now they're going to look to be making waves on the defender side, but DSG with 4 right now. They have to try to win this pistol, try to just collect themselves into 6 and 8 and try to close that down if they want to stand a fight in Icebox.
Yeah, definitely. They need to, string a couple more rounds together. That 4 rounds, while they were great, right? The reads and adaptations from Elevate, that is something that they, really excel in. Elevate's mid-round, or at least, mid-game calls, right? The adaptations and the changes that they make in accordance to their opponents have been really solid so far, and that is what has gotten them that top seed in the groups and how they're doing so well versus different opponents. Right here, mid-take coming through from DSG, an interesting one. Actually, it's just going to be Vera, just to feign presence, but Elevate looks like they're more than expecting this. They're pushing aggressively. They take down Juicy with his double tap shield as well. So that is the raid boss out of the round already.
It's actually looking so much different compared to the way that DSG was defending. DSG, at least, they will hold their ground, but for Elevate, they are moving around, and this is looking to be in their favor. They managed to find another 2 more and make that an even number, though. At least for Wayne, he manages to get flying on the side lines here. The rest of the members, they are actually separated. Redco and Pajay, they are on the other end of the site. Pajay here could get a really good flank. The alarm bot did not go off. They don't really know he's there.
Oh, Rico! Oh, the jump peak actually saves him that life. Now expecting the flank coming through. Only seen Rico so far. Wayne expecting that flank coming in from Pajay just to clear it out, but Pajay on the angle already. A nice shot coming in from him. And Elevate with a solid pistol will pick up that 9th round. So both pistols going in the favor for Elevate. They've got some really nice strategies. And those duels, I mean, every single player hitting their shot. Nicely done coming from Elevate to expect the push from A. They triple push to take down Juicy. And from that on, it's just a formality 2v1. Nicely done. Rico finds the isolated 1v1 as well.
Yeah, I think that was a really...
2v1 in their favor.
And I think that was also a very brave move coming from PUBG. Just starting off in the second half here, making that flank doesn't quite get spotted out earlier. They know that there was going to be one flank sound cues and everything, but when was the timing that he's going to be pushing out? Really caught him off guard once again. Oh no, Riza and Rico goes down. Nakia one or more is going to find Styron here. And Vera with the Guardian is going to make it pay dividends. 3K straight away.
Yeah, they just steamrolled the site. A bit of a pace change. They went really fast and they caught multiple players of Elevate off guard. Gave Vera that Guardian and he's gonna make it work. PUBG answers back. But with so many players around him, I mean, he's only got the Outlaw. 2 bullets, 2 shots, 3 players.
Oh.
How does he navigate this? Around 410, here's a shot being fired, but Grumble. Nice Jiggle Peek coming in from him and a headshot to solidify this Swifty. With 3 players still standing, DSG pick up the 2 Guardians and the Outlaw, so it's a fantastic eco coming in from them. And oh, Elevate getting caught off guard here. Just a classic in his hands, but they get overwhelmed, right? Guardian's not great for shooting multiple players at once. And while Nakia gets the first, Vera picks up the Guardian and makes it work.
An exemplary way of shifting the pace and bringing it towards your favorite. Started off with just Sharers and a few classics as well. But DSG now, they are able to purchase out their rifles, purchasing out their full armor. And they're looking to make waves with this, except for the fact that they're not going to be going with the same aggressive pace. It's going to be one of the situations where they're going to get those information, see if anybody is making like sneaky push out, especially since PUBG in the very beginning did go for the flank, so they know Elevate, they are capable of this. They have to use their abilities towards the best benefit at this current point.
Yeah, but Elevate's read. Look at this. 5 players on this eco round for Elevate is stacking this A side. Nobody towards any other part of the map. Does DSG do that due diligence? Do they clear out these angles? Are they aware of this heavy stack coming through? Bit of a pause in the action. And they're gonna accelerate into his Juicy with a nice shot. I don't know how, but he managed to get a wallbang headshot onto Nakia. Flang with the frenzy in hand. Grumble and Wayne both finding those frags. Still 2 players at the back of the site. They spot out where Riza is, and Ritko will go down as well. So despite DSG walking into the meat grinder, into the trap play with 5 players there, they only lose 1, and they keep things really solid in the anti-eco.
Of course, you do have to thank that they do have rifles here. Better firearms means better damage. But at least for Elevate, I saw the attempt being made here. Trying to just be together, getting the good read. Unfortunately, it's just a bit tough to play with the pistols instead of the rifles. But we're looking back at DSG with a very nice change of pace earlier and now taking back 2 rounds. And this is all they need. They're going to start out the momentum. But they're actually going to call for the timeout. Very interesting here. We don't usually see a lot of timeouts being called after getting a 2 win, at the very least, at the start of the round swap, right?
Yeah, that is a good point. This timeout seemingly a little bit earlier than we tend to expect, but perhaps DSG is just wanting to ensure things do not get out of hand. Expecting perhaps Elevate to do something interesting at this round, so they want to answer with something back. Both sides now with guns. Wayne, interestingly enough, gonna be picking out that Outlaw. I think it's a super underrated pick for Killjoys to pick up the weapon because even with full armor, we all know that the Outlaw does 140 damage to the body, right?
Yep.
But with the Killjoy turret, if he plays with the turret deals 12 damage in a burst. So if Wayne manages to hit a shot onto a full HP Elevate player, and then the turret just deals a little bit of damage, that's gonna be enough to convert for a kill. So let's see if Wayne actually abuses that kind of little dynamic right there. Looks like he's going to be playing towards mid where his turret is actually in, but in the meantime, Nakia gets scanned out by the recon dart, and DSG more than respectful of this area. They'll be slowly clearing things out, turret for any potential re-aggression as they assess the map.
A bit of pause over here, but we take a look at B side. There is a sneaky Styron trying to get some information out. On the other end, it is going to be flaring. But at least for Elevate, they're actually going back into their default positions. Not going to stack up in A here. This could be detrimental because for DSG, they haven't budged at all from the last skirmish.
Elevate making a bit of a read, and it's not going to be the correct one. Thinking it could be B or mid, but it's going to be towards this A side. J, beautiful pre-fire will break the shield of Juicy, but he's got to get the kills though. Rico, up-down setup together with him as they try to triple swing that position. They find both of the kills. Nakia answering with one back, but Grumble with the Guardian. Huge kill right there in the 3 versus 2. Visa's in a bit of a tough situation. He's being pushed in from different sides, goes to the top plane instead, but Wayne takes him out, and Grumble just swings out without any fear whatsoever. Grumble with 3 kills. The Viper player, the rookie player coming in from DSG and doing the damage as well.
And sometimes you just need rookie players like this to really put the pedal to the metal. He held down the side of so well here, knowing that the alarm bot got taken out as well. That gave word that Riza is going for the aggression, gave a bit of information about where he is. These are all the little cues that work towards his favor, and of course having the teammates as well. 7-9 right now, and DSG, they are looking so good. Blaze Storm and Viper Spit available for them. Maybe they know something that we don't know with that timeout, right? Like you said, oh, and this just proves it. Vera does find flaring. Aggression is being pushed out on B this time. Haven't been hit since the very beginning. So at least for Elevate, they're not expecting this at all. And Riza goes down just like that. It's an overrun. Site is open and available for the plants.
Nakia, the spam kill coming in from Snowman, gets the 3rd as well. Rico's here to back him up. Nakia with the Guardian, he makes it work. And now it's just up to Wayne in the 1v3. Isolates the first, saw the dash towards yellow as well. Tap on the spike to bait his reaction. They're both double holding his for his peak. He somehow gets away with it. There's a lockdown. He has double nails on this wall. J pushing the issue, and he's gotta be able to shut him down and deny him of the 1v3 clutch. J. Ooh, Elevate's gotta be thanking him as he puts his team up to the double digits. 10 and a thrifty round, no less. And it started off with Nakia with that triple kill from the Guardian all the way in Snowman.
Oh, that was so crispy, and that was the moment that the Viper smoke went down. Nakia's all the way at the back from Snowman, getting 3k just like that. Rico following up, and of course, you have to thank the way that it's been played in the 1v2, right? Just getting that 1 peek, getting information. Unfortunately, at least for them, J pushed out and then addressed the issue here. But wow, that was so close. DSG, I don't think they would try that again, but it looks like they are.
Perhaps a little bit of a change up right here, you know, being a little bit more aware of the utility. No Viper smoke right there in that situation, but Pache's got the op. He's got to be watching the entire A side as Elevate rotate 4 of their players here to bolster up this B side. Flaring, calling for a little bit of assistance. He managed to find one. He has the pit as well. Perhaps calling for a flash on Rico for a peek. No, the jumpy coming through by Vera. Only gets taken down. Rico from the heavens as Riza trades out the kill from Juicy. And now they just triple swing, they triple phase, and it's down to Win yet again. But this time, no clutch potential. Nakia will take him out. And that's 11 for Elevate. The B side falters yet again this time. But a bit of an awkward dash coming in from Vera, you know, running straight into the hands of Flaring. And he gets heavily punished because of it.
Oh man, Elevate just are not afraid of fights. They want to go for that map control. They know there might be more than 1 or 2 at the very area they're looking at, but they're still gonna swing. They're still gonna make that move. They get 1, they walk away with murder over here. And at least for this guys, silver lining is every single one of them, they have the ultimates available. But can they synergize it? You know, use it within the right moments, because if they do go in for an A attack, if they don't have enough map to work with, it's still gonna be very messy for them.
It's you and
Joel
me.
will spot out that op, and they bring him into the kill contract. Shield in the hands as well. He's got to break the shield somehow, and yeah, Juicy, he wins that duel 9 times out of 10. Styron finds onto Nakia, and the trades are just happening through the Viper wall. Grumble just takes the zip line across, and he just shuts out Redco. Flaring will make him a little bit honest from screens, but still, he's lost the sight. Tard will spot out his push, but he's in a 1v3. It's an awkward situation as Wayne just holds down that angle. And that's 8 on the board for DSG. Beautiful ultimate coming in from Juicy to isolate that op on J, take him down without any issue whatsoever.
Yeah, very great synergy. We talked about how they have all 5, but we only need 1. Juicy here showing how valuable his ultimate could be. On the other end, though, Elevate, they also have their ultimates available. And this could be huge, especially the fact that Redco has his null command. And they have 4 available on disguises. And 8-11 is also not a very comfortable scoreline. It really does come down to how these mid crunches are going to be working out. Who's going to make the right decisions? Who's going to be making the right reads here? And it's really down to the wire.
Well, I will say though, Elevate's money is not great, right? So if they lose this round, DSG has a chance to win out the second following this, you know, since they're going to be on an eco anyway. Still a lot to go through, right? Redco, Baring, Riza all have 3 fantastic ultimates. It's going to be a B side yet again. DSG bumping their heads towards this B side, wanting it to work. They've gotten access towards yellow, but they have to get the spike down somehow. And the Viper's Pit going to be invested. Is he going to get the spike down though? Juicy facing up against the Viper's Pit and the Molly. He still sticks. The spike gets taken down. And now they have to invest. The Killjoy lockdown. Both sides going to be using it. Defender side going to be a bit later. So they should be able to push it off. Flang just going to stay within his peak. His pit just to ensure that the spike does not get taken off. And Vera going to be creeping up outside of the pit. He's not going to get detained though, but he wants to find isolated duel. 2 players detained. Nakia from Snowman finds that crucial pick. The dash will spot Vera, and Nakia will clean things up. Wayne, last man standing, and yet again the B side fails. Elevate, punishing them time and time again. I mean, you go up against Elevate with 3 fantastic ultimates, and they queue them up beautifully. It's a perfect counter, nothing to write home about. And now, facing up against match point, Elevate looking like they're going to be picking up map 1. DSG back foot now. Couple ultimates in tow, but they got to win this one.
With so many abilities from both sides and being utilized, the most beneficial one, the one that brought the most value was ultimately Redco here with that null command. Totally just removed all threat of abilities coming from DSG, and this time around, DSG, they are on the back foot. They're gonna look to make something different happen here. Operator purchased by Vera on the attacking end, up on Tube, on the roof itself. Doesn't quite meet anyone though, but Riza, he is trying to push the issue here, get a bit of information, but Nakia manages to find Wayne all the way up in A side. So that's a great pick there. No more Killjoy to worry about, but at least for the rest of DSG, they made their way up in mid.
They've completely lost A. They can't head back to A without fully clearing a lot of that position. And so that's going to funnel them towards this B site. Slowly but surely, they've gotten control over market. So at the very least, that is a very strong position to hold. With 1 minute still left on the clock, Juicy taking this 1v1, flaring from downtown, literally right below him, manages to pick up that huge kill, and that stops the steamroll from the ISO. DSG, 3v5, they have to somehow navigate this incredibly difficult obstacle. Flaring has got a lot of angles to deal with though, so that might be a chance for them to catch him off guard. Spots the barrel, Flaring from the same position finds a kill. But Grumble with a crucial trade frag right there. He has the Viper's Pit, but the flash coming in for Redco. Beautifully done. Information on the last 2 players as well. DSG stuck below. Oh, and they shoot out Grumble as he pops the pit. It's just on Styron, and it's not going to be enough. Elevate with a beautiful round coming in from them. They stifle that aggression. They stifle that play, that mid attempt coming in from DSG, and Elevate find themselves 1-0 up in the series.
Absolutely. I just cannot even digest what has happened in the last round itself, because the way that the switch up has been played up, they went through mid. It looked as if they were swapping out the sides there. They had full control, and at least for the defenders, they had no control of map to really work around there. Got pincered by the time they realized it, and with that, of course, we have to commend the way the Elevate's been playing, have been switching up the strategies of the way that they've been playing their gunfights as well as their abilities. They realized what was at stake and how much they needed to invest here. So good job going to Elevate, taking map number 1, Icebox, into their favor. But wow, what a match going in, because DSG, they did not do that without a fight as well. They did not give that map free.
Yeah, I mean, Elevate seemed like they were in the driver's seat for most of the game, right? You had a couple of rounds where DSG were able to string, some rounds together, and I think largely because of the operator in play, but when we swap sides with Vera, he himself had that operator, Elevate's reads were almost always correct, right? Redco always knew exactly where they were going to commit, and when he didn't, it was a heavy rotate setup. He takes utilities in place. You saw that round with the triple outs. He had the Hunter's, it's not Hunter's, he had the Viper's Pit, he had the Killjoy lockdown on both sides, but yeah, fantastic work coming from Elevate right here. All of the players looking sharp here today. It's really, really interesting to see this dynamic between these 2 teams. I mean, both at the top of their game. really, really solid. But Elevate, you know, better game plan.
Yeah, I can't even say that at least for DSG that they made a really crucial mistake, because from both sides they fought the best that they could. Elevate just had a read above DSG, like you mentioned here, and even the rounds that DSG at the very end they had the timeout, they called it out, but those were usually just for a call of a shift of pace, push them, just overrun them, or play slowly. Those were usually the rounds that really won them out. But Elevate knew the right reads, knew the right abilities to invest here, and that gave them a little bit of an edge. And not to mention situations like this, which really could have went into DSG's favor. But of course, miracles happen at times, and with that, Elevate takes round number 1, map number 1, Icebox away. Oh, let's take a look at the stats here. It was pretty close actually to stay nonetheless. And if you take a look, DSG actually got most of the first kills. That's very interesting.
Yeah, 12 first kills to 9. Yeah, you should be converting a lot more of those rounds, right? If you get 12 opening kills as DSG, and especially considering you're starting on the defender side. Right, so you most of those first kills, you managed to get those, but Elevate, the late rounds, their understanding of the game, their synergy as a team, those reads coming in from Ritco as well, despite them losing those opening kills, they still are able to convert man deficit situations, either that or they get those important trade frags at the start. Impressive work coming for Elevate, and you know, Nakia popping off, you saw Patje getting a lot of impact kills as well. So the double duelists really finding their groove. You know, despite them not having the most information-based composition, right? Double duelist, Reyna and Jet, you don't have a lot of information, but Ritco on the KO, I think those 0 points actually gets him a lot of information, and that allows him to stack his players towards the correct side of the map.
Yeah, I do have to point out, I think one thing that DSG didn't exactly capitalize on is that after getting off that first kill, the reposition there is pretty much readable for Elevate, though they don't have the best information scouters on their team here, the ages that they picked out. But the information really just verbally from the teammates were enough for them to try to sniff out the aggression here. They realized that one is there. Okay, we're not gonna push that. We're gonna deduce. We're gonna make smart guesses here about where they're gonna be pushing from later on. But we're gonna make a move on. If not, we're gonna be pinned it down and we'll have nothing to work with. So Elevate understands the fundamentals here. And essentially, what really won them out is how well they're able to hold their ground. Not going to give way to DSG to totally overrun them. And of course, we're seeing in the game at least Viper flaring as their MVP. So that's a really big statement, considering on the other end it's going to be Jet and Vera as their MVP. So controller, of course, and I think we saw Flaring actually do a lot as well with the ultimates, you know, paired up with Riza at times. Usually, most of the time, we also see him as the last man standing, and nonetheless, he makes it out as the MVP here. 270 ACS on a controller and 81k AST. Of course, 21 kills here, out of it a 1.8 KDA.
Yeah, Flaring, you know, he didn't have the most flashy kills, didn't have the most flashy moments, but he was always there for the trade or two, especially that eco round that they had, right, with their 5 players on the side. He was always, you know, willing to swing out and assist his team for crossfire setups. And in that very final round, I think him managing to find 2 kills in that super awkward position where he needed to worry about B main as well as Kitchen, like right above him. Incredible work coming in for Flaring. You know, he's been a solid player for the team, always getting those trade frags, always slowly climbing that scoreboard. But I think a little bit of the conversation also has to go towards that ISO pick, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really see Juicy being able to find a lot of chances to snowball with that ISO. I think Elevate did a really good job at tempering the aggression from the DSG side, right? Either breaking the shield early with spam or utility, or giving space away, right? Letting DSG actually take the initial space, force Juicy to invest the double tap, and then waste it out when he doesn't find an opportunity to fight. And then from then on, he kind of becomes much less strong as a duo.